What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid Network video, and today we're going to be talking about and breaking down a brand new video Marvel released on Spider-Man Homecoming's official Instagram account showing off all of Spider-Man's new suit upgrades for the movie. The list is pretty brief, but I'm going to touch on each one, give a little background on the history of the upgrades, and discuss my thoughts on the pieces and how they'll be used. We'll also discuss a little bit of controversy about the upgrades at the end, but without further ado, let's get started. First up on the list is an upgraded Webshooter with selectable web types and a laser targeting system. Of all the things that they could possibly have added in the movie, I think upgrading the Webshooter was probably one of the most likely options. I mean, Spider has a long history of using special different web types depending on the situation, dating almost all the way back to his first appearance in the early 60s. For example, in 1963's Strange Tales Annual No. 2, he used ice webbing to temporarily hold down the Human Torch. On multiple other occasions, he's used taser webbing that can conduct electrical charges, and even he's used some hydrochloric acid-laced webbing once to fight Sandman. We've yet to see anything from, official channels on how the selectable web types will be utilized in the film, but I think the taser webbing is probably the most likely type we'll see. The laser targeting system is pretty self-explanatory too. That's one of those things that seems like a no-brainer for Spidey to have that, to my knowledge, he hasn't ever had in the comics. Next up, though, on the list of new features, a GPS tracking system is another thing that seems like a little bit of a no-brainer in this day and age, and with a holographic display, I guarantee that's something we'll be seeing at some point in the movie. It seems like a chunk of the movie takes place in Washington, D.C., which should be pretty unfamiliar territory for Peter Parker, so maybe that's where we'll see it being used specifically. What'll be interesting to see to me is that if it plays some role in Spider-Man now being a registered, superhuman. Like if he's not on any government-sanctioned team, maybe he has to have this GPS tracking on him under the Sokovia Accords. All I'm saying is I'm hoping it's not basically the Spider-Man version of Google Maps. I hope it has, a little bit more to do with the movie than just that. And of course, the feature I know so many of us wanted to see in a movie for years, the web wings. We've already seen from the trailer that the wings will definitely be used for some gliding in the film, but I've got to think they'll be involved in more than just that one scene at the Washington Monument. And even if they aren't, I love the look of them aesthetically so much, and it makes Holland's suit really stand out against the previous versions much more. And finally, the last feature highlighted by the video, the Spidey suit's expressive eyes. Now, these we've already gotten to see on display in Captain America Civil War, and they were explained in that movie as being useful because they helped Peter cope with his enhanced senses. They filter out some of the sensory overload. And I honestly don't think we'll see too much more explanation or use for them in this movie. I mean, we'll definitely see them in the movie. You can see in the trailer the eyes still change size, but again, I think this is just a really clever way to explain away what's ultimately just an aesthetic choice. Now, that about does it for the suit upgrades, but finally, I think we've got to talk a little bit about the controversy. Yes, according to the official Instagram account, Tony Stark was the one who upgraded the suit, not Peter Parker himself. And rightfully, this has some superfans a little miffed. I mean, such a big part of Peter as a character is that he's literally got nothing. I mean, he's poorer than dirt, but he gets gifted with these powers, and then he supplements his crusade against crime with his incredible intelligence. And a huge part of that is him making the suit, him crafting the web shooters, the different web fluids, all these different types of gadgets. Believe me, I like Tony Stark as much, or maybe even a little more than the next guy. I definitely love me some Robert Downey Jr., but in my opinion, this is a major character misstep that Marvel is making with their version of Peter Parker, and I hope there's more to the story than what they've told us. But that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the upgrades and which of those you're most excited to see in the movie. And don't forget, of course, to smash that like if you like what you saw and subscribe for more great content every single day. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.